This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, Agun Rav Shabbos Rabbi, as we prepare for Parshas Vayishlach Haba Aleinu L'Toiva.
Amen.
And what we have today is something absolutely astounding. And I want you, if you have your pens and pencils, writing utensils, you're going to mark how many questions we have. We'll probably have about 10 questions. And the good news is, there's only one answer. So that's Baruch Hashem, like 2 weeks ago we had a Shiur Parsha Chayesara. If you remember that Shiur, and you integrated that Mahalach a little bit, you should be able to maybe figure out this one also. Okay. And the learning should be Lila Nishmas Shlomo Shmuel Aryeh Ben Yitzchak Isaac HaKohen Kaplan, sponsored by his son Yosef Kaplan, who's listening to the Shiur in Kentucky. His father's yahrzeit was Yud Beis Kislev. Okay. So, Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim Lefanov El Eisav Achiv Arza Seir Sideyana. Yaakov sent Malachim. And Rashi says, I think this was the very first Rashi I learned in 3rd grade. And the Rabbi said, Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim. Malachim mamish. And we had a taich, mamish malachim. I didn't know what malachim meant. I didn't know what mamish meant. And the fact that we said it mamish malachim didn't help either. But that was the first Rashi I learned. Malachim mamish, mamish malachim. So what does that mean? Real angels. Real angels. Vrek the Shela HaKadosh. V'kasha. Heich nishtamish Yaakov ba'kodesh b'chinam. L'shloach malachei asharis. You can't just send angels. Your wife says, do we have any orange juice? No, we're out of orange juice. Hey, Michael, you want to go fetch me some orange juice? I'll Tropicana, if it's on sale, I'll go with Tropicana. You can't just send malachim to get you, the newspaper didn't come all the way from the front lawn. You want to get me a newspaper? It's not like you could just send malachim to do your bidding for you. How could Yaakov Avinu use for nothing Malachi Ashares? He could send people. He had enough people. The halacha is in Megillah, the Gemara says, you're not allowed to use, somebody who learns Torah, you can't use them. You can't call up your Rabbi and say, you want to do me a favor? You can't utilize someone to do your bidding for you, even if they learn. Mishnayis. A kohen, Bisman Hazeh, you cannot ask a kohen just to do something for you. It's halacha. It's brought down. The Mordechai Masechta Gittin says, Asr leheshtamish b'kohen afilu Bisman Hazeh. So what's Yaakov Avinu using these malachim for you? For himself. That's question number 1. How could Yaakov Avinu use malachim? Number 2.
Wasn't this a big thing? This was his life, no?
He's telling them to bring sheep and cattle. Well, what's he?
To save his life.
So send people. Send people. Number 2, we have a machlokes in the Medrash Rabbah. Who these malachim were? One Tana says, Elu shluchei basar v'dam. They were people. Rabbanan amri malachim mamish. What's this machlokes exactly? It's machlokes whether he sent people, he sent malachim.
Really?
Yeah.
I have another question. Why? Yaakov didn't know he's coming. He's no internet. What are you checking with him? You haven't come here. He doesn't know. What are you putting your mouth in the hand of a lion?
The Medrash talks about that. Machzik ve'oznei hakelev. Right? Medrash discusses whether he did the right thing. He didn't. Okay. Now look at the pasuk. Vayishlach Yaakov malachim lefanav el Eisav achiv. Arza Seir, the land of Seir. Sidei Edom, the field of Edom. That's the same place. What's the double lashon? Shela HaKadosh wants to know, what's the repetition? It's superfluous. Arza Seir, Sidei Edom. Well, he says, some want to say Arza Seir refers to the fact that he took the Gedoye Yizim that were Seiros, that were hairy, and Sidei Edom refers to the red lentil soup. But says the Shela, that's Jerush. What is Pshat and why the Torah repeats Arza Seir and then Sidei Edom? Okay? Look at number 6. This is Vayishlach, the second pasuk in the Parsha. Vayitzav oisam lemor koi soimron. That's also extra. Either Vayitzav oisam lemor ladoni leisav, or Vayitzav oisam koi soimron. Lemor and koi soimron are superfluous. That's question number 4. Question number 5. You should have been bothered by yourself. La Adoini li Eisav. It should say La Adoini Eisav. Why does it say La to my master to Eisav? It should say to my master Eisav. What's the Lama doing there? We don't. Every word in this is like advertising. Every letter you got to pay for. Every letter in the Torah is important. Why does it have an extra? It should say La Adoini Eisav. What's La Adoini li Eisav? That's question 5 and 6. Okay, we're going to go over 10. We're going over 10 today. Okay. Rabbi say, I'm now going to present to you a number of Rashis in this week's Parsha who give 2 Perushim, and the 2 Perushim are like arguing with each other. Are like, could not be more disparate. For example, Im Lavan Garti. So what does it mean, Garti? First pshat in Rashi is, don't worry, Loina say Sisar, I didn't become a governor, Bechashov, I'm not the president in my shul, I'm not even the gabbai, I sit in the back, I'm a ger, Eincha kedai lisna yosi, abrichas avicha, you're jealous over the brachas, where did they get me? I'm a schlepper, Yaakov says. The brachos never took effect. In other words, Yaakov is saying to Eisav, what are you jealous of? The brachos didn't work. They don't work. You don't need them. Davar acher, Garti. Garti is begematria, taryag, koloimar. I lived with Lavan. I kept the mitzvahs. I didn't learn from his bad ways. What's he saying? Don't mess with me. I have protection. If you come near me, I'll call Yaakov, I'll take the vav out of your name. Eisav will become an ash, a moth. Get out of here. Get lost. Don't mess with me. So listen to the 2 pshatim of Rashi. One is Yaakov says, don't worry, I'm a nothing, I'm a schlepper, I shouldn't bother you, don't be jealous of me, I'm a Vayishlach. And the next pshat is, I kept all 613, if you mess with me, I'll destroy you. So which card did he pull out? Did he pull out the I'm a schlepper card? Or did he pull out don't mess with me? I mean, the 2 pshatim of Rashi are like soiser each other. Frek the HaKadosh. Rashi oisa shnei perushim vehem kemat shnei hafachim. The Indian of Geros, of Garti Geros, is shiflos. The Indian of Taryag is hisroimamos. What argument was Yaakov Avinu using? That's question number 7. Look in number 10. Vayeshuvam alachim el Yaakov leimar banu el achicha el Eisav. No kidding. He only had one brother. Well, what did the Malachim get? At a time like this where Eisav is coming with 400 men to kill everyone, there's not a time to be poetic here. There's not a time for Shakespeare. El Achicha, El Eisav. He only had one brother. Just say El Achicha or to Eisav. This is the kasha of the Shela HaKadosh again. And then Vayira Yaakov Me'oid Vayetz. He's afraid. He's distressed. Rashi says he's afraid he's going to get killed. He's distressed he would have to kill. But the Shela wants to know what is the repetition of Vayira Yaakov Vayetzer. Okay. Vayomer Yaakov, right? Elokei avi Avraham, Elokei avi Yitzchak, Hashem. So first of all, why does it say Elokei avi Avraham, ve'Elokei avi Yitzchak? Just say Elokei avi Avraham, ve'Yitzchak. Why does it say Hashem by each one? And then why does it repeat the Yud Kei Vav Kei? Hashem hoimer elai. So first of all, we want to know what's the repetition Elokei avi Avraham and Ve'Elokei avi Yitzchak, and also why does it say the Shem HaMefarash Hashem hoimer elai? Should just say hoimer elai. That's question 10 and 11. Then Yaakov Avinu says to Eisav, he says in his tefillah, Katointi mikol hachasadim umikol ha'emes asher asisa savdecha ki b'makli avarti es hayarden hazeh. I crossed the Yarden with my staff. Says Rashi, what am I? I'm a schlepper. I had no money. I had no gold. I had no cattle. All I had was my stecken. My stick. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Says the Medrash. I used my stick and I split the sea. So which argument did Yaakov use? Did he say, I'm a nothing, I'm a schlepper, I had no money? Or did he say, look, you see this stick? I split the yam with the split. You touch me, I'll split you in half too. So what argument was he using? Was he saying I'm a nothing? Or was he saying I'm a big guy? Rabbi said that is question number 12. Okay? You're wondering, how are we going to answer all these questions? Don't worry. Hatzileni na miyad achi miyad Eisav. Again, we know who his brother is. What's the double lashon? He only has one brother. You should say Hatzileni na mi Eisav. 13. Question 14. V'hikani aim albanim. Aim? How many mothers were there? There are 4 mothers. 2 of them were imais. You should say V'hikani imais al b'neihen. Why only aim? I don't want to give you so many questions, so I'm going to skip the next one. We have 4. We're up to 14. But I'll give you a couple more. V'amarta li'avdecha li'Yaakov mincha hi shlucha la'adoini le'Eisav. I'm sending you a gift. Say to your servant Yaakov. Say to your servant, V'amarta, you should say, it belongs to li'avdecha li'Yaakov. Why li'avdecha li'Yaakov? You say li'avdecha Yaakov. What's the second lamed? Mincha hi shlucha la'adoini le'Eisav. Should say la'adoni Eisav. That's question 15 and 16. So far we have 16 questions on the Parsha, and we're going to give one answer.
What was the last 2 of them?
Just the last 2. The other 14, you're good. The last 2.
That's the answer. I don't know. All of these conscious in the Psukim mention Yaakov, not Yisrael.
One is right. It should say li avdecha Yaakov, not li avdecha li Yaakov. And why does it say la adoini li Eisav? It says la adoini Eisav.
After his fight with...
Okay, so if you remember in Parshas Chayisara, the Shela HaKadosh said, in terms of why the Torah repeats the episode of Eliezer going to find a sheikh for Yitzchak, the Shela HaKadosh says a Yesod, that when things happen down here in this world, they're merely a reflection of what happens first in Shamayim. That everything in this world is already a foregone conclusion. Once it transpires in Shamayim, in this world they're just playing out what already occurred in Shamayim. The Shela HaKadosh uses the same approach to explain this week's Parsha. Yaakov is going to have a confrontation with the earthly Eisav. But before he has the physical confrontation with the earthly Eisav, he's going to have the confrontation of ruchnius, of spirituality, with the angel of Eisav and Shamayim. Who is the angel of Eisav and Shamayim? Samach Mem. Spelled Samach Mem and then Aleph Lamed. The Satan. And that occurs in Shamayim, and then it occurs down here ba'aretz. And when Yaakov, and these are simultaneously taking place. It's like parallel universe. Says the Shela HaKadosh, if you understand this idea, that whatever happens down here in Shamayim, first occurs, whatever occurs down here ba'aretz, first occurs in Shamayim, this answers all the questions on the Parsha. Now, why was the Sarish Shel Eisav after Yaakov Avinu? This is somewhat of a side point to the Shiur, but the Shela HaKadosh mentions, and that is, they didn't like him. They didn't like Yaakov. What did he do wrong? He did what they perceived to be something wrong. He married 2 sisters. You're not married 2 sisters. Even though it's before the Torah, but Yaakov, on his level, whose image is graven on the Kisei Yaakov, they had a problem with the fact that he married 2 sisters, and they wanted to injure him, and that's what the Gemara says in Chulin on Daf Tzadi Aleph Amabez, that the Malachi Ashar is oilim v'yardim, says the Gemara, oilim u'mistaklin b'diyuknoi shamayla. They went up and looked at his image in Shamayim, and then they came down and they looked at his image down here. Ba'u l'sakune, they wanted to endanger Yaakov. Why? Says the Shela HaKadosh, Rabbi Yishai Horowitz, that they wanted to injure him. Why? Because he married 2 sisters. So Yaakov Avinu has to deal with Eisav on 2 levels. He has to deal with the physical Eisav down here in this world. He has to deal with the Sarai Shel Eisav, the Samach Men and Shamayim. To Eisav down here, he sends people, Basar Vadam. You can't use Malachim down here to do your bidding, Ba'aretz. And to the Samach Men B'Shamayim, he sends Malachim Mamish. Says the Shela HaKadosh, the Chachamim do not argue. Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim Chaim v'loi pligi. He sent Malachim Mamish, and he sent Basar Vadam. He sent Basar Vadam down here to Eisav Ba'olam Hazeh, and he sent Malachei Ashares to Shamayim to the Samach Mem. Now, what kind of Malachim did he send to the Samach Mem? Says the Shela HaKadosh, the Pasuk says, Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim. It's only the fourth word in the Parsha. That much you should remember. Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim. No, Rabbi say. Everyone here? Lefanav. Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim. Lefanav. What's the word Lefanav doing there? It just says Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim Eisav. What's Lefanav? Well, we find in Tanakh the word Lefanav refer to a person's mitzvahs. Like the Pasuk, look in 29, talks about there's a chusim of a person. Oz yibaka kashachar oirecha va'aruchascha mehira sitzmach behalach lefanecha tzidkecha. Your righteousness will walk before you. That means when a person does a mitzvah, it walks before them. How does your mitzvah walk before you? Because it creates malachim, and the malachim escort you. You know what Malachei Asharis Yaakov Avinu sent to the Samach Mem? His mitzvahs, his ma'asim tovim. So elu ve'elu divrei Elokim Chaim. Down here, Ba'aretz, he sent Basar Vadam. You can't use Malachim down here. You can't send them out. Malach, you know, one of my eggs broke. I need a new pack. You can't send them. You know, the meat I bought isn't so fresh. You mind returning it to the store? I still have the receipt. You can't do that with Malachim. The Malachim go up to Shamayim. Okay, that's the first step. Says the Shela HaKadosh. Look at number 30. Arza Seir Sedei Edom. Arza Seir is where the Samach Mem lives in Shamayim. He's called Seir because the Gemara says in Masechta Sukkah. Then la'asalavai, the tzaddikim will look at the Yetzer Hara, and the Yetzer Hara will appear as a mountain, but to the Risham it appears like a mountain, a sa'ir, a hare. The Malach HaMaves, the Yetzer Hara looks like a hare. Arza Seir, the Risham are going to see what? I couldn't overcome the Yetzer Hara. He's so easy. He's a hare. Arza Seir refers to the territory of the Yetzer Hara and Shamayim. Sedei Edom is where Eisav lives, Ba'aretz. Eisav hu Edom. That answers that kasha. Vayitzav Oisam Lamar. Lamar is what they say in heaven. Kaisaimron is what they say here, Ba'aretz. La doini, to my master. Samach Mem B'Shamayim. Li Eisav, down here, Ba'aretz. This is Gavaldik. Im Lavan Garti. So the question is, what card did Yaakov pull out? Did he pull out, I'm a nothing, I'm a schlepper, don't be jealous of me? Or did he pull out the card, don't mess with me, I'm protected? The answer is, it depends where. Bishamayim, when you're dealing with the Samach Mem who's Mekatreg, you have to say, Mekatreg. Im Lavan Garti, V'taryag mitzvah shamarti, I kept Kalatera Kula. Don't mess with me, I'm protected. Down here, Ba'aretz, you think Eisav the Rasha, imagine if you got a word, don't mess with me. You should know, I always come to davening on time. Eisav's laughing his head off. Great, that's wonderful. Guess what? You'll never be late again. Right? You'll never be late again. You'll never talk by davening again. Don't worry. You have a perfect record. I guarantee you will stay that way. Eisav could imagine Yaakov sends a message. Eisav, don't worry. I don't have shotness in my suit. Eisav's coming with like a big machine gun. He's like, oh, really? Okay, good to know. Right? Eisav could care less. Down here, Ba'aretz, you got to play politics. Don't worry, I'm a schlepper. Don't be jealous of me. The brachas were not mekuyam. Says the Shela HaKadosh, when Rashi brings down two pshatim, they're not arguing. It's different arguments that were advanced in different realms. B'shamayim Yaakov Avinu plays, I'm a big guy, don't mess with me. I kept the Torah. You can't be mekatrik. Down here, Ba'aretz, Yaakov Avinu plays politics. I'm a nothing, I'm a ger. You ready for this? Look at number 31.
Also showing that to go to who was going, you literally going how to approach him.
Right. But the two pshatim, which seem like a stira, they're not a stira, they're both, right? So Yaakov Avinu says, Vayhili shar v'chamar. I had oxen and donkeys. What's the point? Rashi says that Yaakov Avinu was saying to Eisav, Tata told me that I'm going to have the dew of heaven, I'm going to have the earth. Look, Eisav, oxen don't fall from the heavens and they don't grow out of the earth. There are no donkeys falling from Shemayim and they're not growing from earth. The brachos were not makuyim, don't be jealous of me. Right? That's what Rashi says. If you look in the Medrash says, you know what Yaakov was saying? Hayali shar. He was saying, shar. That's a mashuach milchama, like it says, b'char shayrai. Chamor, don't mess with me. I'm have Melech Mashiach, who's ani v'reichav chamor. Tzoin is Yisrael, like it says, v'atein tzoini eved tzoin marisi. Eved, klal Yisrael, ki ene avodim. So it's like the Medrash contradicts Rashi. Rashi says that Yaakov Avinu is saying, don't be jealous of me, I don't really have money, I just have some cattle, some livestock. And the Medrash says he's alluding to Eisav, all these tzaddikim who are going to come out of him. Is it a stira? It's no stira, says the Shela. To Eisav down here, Ba'aretz, which card does he pull out? I'm a nothing, I'm a nobody, I don't have real estate, I don't have possessions, all I have are cattle. But to the Malach HaMaves, to the Sari Shel Eisav, he's alluding to, you can't start up with me. You can't be Mekatrek. Look at all these great individuals who are going to come out of me. Says the Shela, look at number 33. Vayashuvu HaMalachim El Yaakov. The Malachim return. Which Malachim? Both sets. The ones of heaven, they say, Banu El Achicha. We came to your brother. The ones Ba'aretz say, we came to Eisav. And he's coming to you. That's what the angels of heaven said. The Samach Mem is coming to you. And the Va'arba Meos Shimoi, they're coming with Eisav. So it's a double-pronged attack. Says the Shela, Vayira Yaakov Ma'od, Vayetzer Loi. He was afraid from the Kitrug, and he was Yetzer because of Eisav. Why does it use a double lashon? The answer is he was doubly afraid. He was afraid about what was happening in heaven. He was afraid what was happening ba'aretz. Look at number 33.
What was the fear of heaven?
The Samach Mem was coming to instigate, to be mekatreg, to prosecute. So he was afraid of that. And then he was afraid of Ba'aretz. He was afraid Eisav was coming with 400 men.
That point that he said, look, I'm not afraid for Shemayim. Look what's coming out of me, the great Torah. Isn't that the moot point? You could have said the same thing. You could be falling from a age. You could big people coming out of you. Could have said the Shmuel coming out of him in the Shmuel Novi, and look, he fell. So that's not a time. That doesn't mean that he could be that I fell my Ruchnis. But he was afraid of originally. He fell by 11, 20 years. Because great people coming out of me, that doesn't assure that I'm a great tzaddik.
Well, that's why Yaakov was afraid. He was afraid. The argument he uses is, don't prosecute again, look at all these tzaddikim. But in his heart, that didn't assage him, that didn't calm him. Okay, so let's go back for a minute to the pasuk. The pasuk that says, okay, look at number 33. Number 33. Elokei Avi Avraham, Ve'elokei Avi Yitzchak. In number 15 it says, Vayomer Yaakov, Elokei Avi Avraham, Ve'elokei Avi Yitzchak, Hashem Ha'omer Lai. So yes, first of all, why does it say Elokei Avi by Avraham and then again Elokei Avi by Yitzchak? And then why does it say the Yud Kei Vav Kei before Hashem Ha'omer Elai? Yeah? So Rashi points out like this. Earlier, Yaakov referred to his father as Pachad Yitzchak. Why now does Yaakov refer to his father as Elokei Yitzchak? Also, why does it say Yud Kei Vav Kei, Hashem Ha'omer Elai, it should say Ha'omer Elai Ha'yolei Lichtov Ha'omer Elai Shav Le'atzacha. Says Rashi Elakach Amar. This is very important Rashi. What Yaakov Avinu was saying was Yaakov Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem Ribono Shel Olam, you gave me two promises. One promise when I left my father's house in Beersheba. Ribono Shel Olam came to Yaakov and he said, Hashem Elokei Avraham Avicha Elokei Yitzchak. Hashem used the expression Elokei Avraham Elokei Yitzchak. You know what Yaakov says? Elokei by Avraham and Elokei by Yitzchak. He's just paraphrasing the promise that Ribono Shel Olam gave him. I am Hashem Elokei Avraham and Elokei Yitzchak. The Ribono Shel Olam did not refer to himself as Pachad Yitzchak. The Ribono Shel Olam, Yaakov referred to God as Pachad Yitzchak, but the Ribono Shel Olam referred to himself as Elokei Yitzchak. So Yaakov is just paraphrasing that expression. And then Yaakov is saying, Ribono Shel Olam, you gave me a second promise. You gave me a promise in the house of Lavan, when you said Shuv al Eretz Aveisecha ve'eya imach, and there the Ribono Shel Olam referred to himself as Yud Kei Vav Kei. So Yaakov is now invoking the two promises of God. One, Elokei Avraham, Elokei Yitzchak, that Ribono Shel Olam promised when he left Beersheba, and one when Hashem promised him he'll be protected when he was in Lavan's house with the Yud Kei Vav Kei. Says the Shela HaKadosh, why did Yaakov need two promises? You ever wonder about that? Why did Hashem have to give Yaakov a promise when he left Beersheba and Nocham all in Lavan's house? So what would you think after learning the answer to the first 12 questions of the Shiur? He needed two promises. He needed protection from Eisav down here, and he needed protection from Samuel and Shamayim. In Shamayim, to be protected from the Samach Mem, you need, what distinguishes that power? The answer is because God is supreme over all powers. He's Yud Kei Vav Kei. That's why the second Haftacha had to be with the Yud Kei Vav Kei, because he'd be protected from the Samach Mem. Hashem can't just say, I'm Elokei, because the word Elokei could refer to even Malachim, like in this week's Parsha. Ki Sarisa Im Elokim Im Anoshim. Elokim could be Malachim also. That's why when Hashem gives protection in the Samach Mem, he says, Hashem ha'omer elai Yud Kei Vav Kei. It says the Shela number 34. Achar kach espal Elokei Avi Avraham Elokei Avi Yitzchak Hashem ha'omer elai. Perish Rashi. Two Haftachas. One when I left my father, and one in Lavan's house. Says the Shela. Hine Haftacha Rishon Hois Lishma Samei Eisav Lavan. The first one is to protect him from Eisav and Lavan, like Rashi says in Vayetze. And the second one was to protect him from the Sarah of Eisav. And that's why Hashem revealed himself with the Yud Kei Vav Kei, to demonstrate his ability to protect from even the Malach Yeshars. Says the Shela HaKadosh, Katainti Mikael HaChasadim. Look at number 35. Says the Medrash Rabbah, Amar Rav Abba Bar Kahana. What Yaakov was saying is, Eini Kedai, I am not worthy to be saved. Rav Levi Amar, Kedai, I'm worthy to be saved. It's just that I'm become small from my mitzvahs. Can you have a bigger machlokes? I am worthy, I'm not worthy. What was he? Was he worthy or was he not worthy? Says the Shela HaKadosh, Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim chayim. Because he davened two tefillos. One against Eisav down here, and one against the Samach Mem in Shemayim. When he said, Katointi mikol hachasadim umikol ha'emes, it was like he was saying, Katointi mikol hachasadim, and v'katointi mikol ha'emes. Regarding Eisav, what he was saying is, he was saying, look, if somebody makes a miracle, if a miracle is performed from somebody, it's menakeh from his zechusim, like the pasuk says, Katointi mikol hachasadim. Therefore, Yaakov is coming to Hashem with supplication that he should make a miracle for him. And he said, Hashem, Katointi mikol hachasadim umikol ha'emes. And he says, look, I'm not kedai. I'm not kedai. Eini kedai. Do it for your sake. When he's praying against Eisav, he's saying, I'm not worthy to be saved. But when he comes against the Samach Mem, he pulls out a different card. He says, Umikol ha'emes. And he says like this, Ribono Shel Olam, What's my midah? Chesed li Avraham. Titein emes li Yaakov. Yaakov's midah is emes. The Torah was given in the zechus of Yaakov. The Torah is the Torah's emes. Yaakov had the midah of emes. So says Yaakov, in Shamayim, if you look at the root of the Jewish people in Shamayim, we are complete. We are emes. And therefore, I am Kedai to be protected. The Yaakov Avinu b'Shamayim, the core of Klal Yisrael, the essence of Yisrael, which is emes, that is Kedai to be saved from the Samach Mem. So down here ba'aretz, the way we act l'maisa, Eini Kedai. But the Yisrael b'Shamayim, that we're Kedai. Says the HaKadosh, Ki b'makli of Artiyas HaYarden. So which card is he pulling out? He's saying, I'm a schlepper, I'm a nobody, all I have, he's saying, Eisav, all I have is a stick? Or is he saying, Eisav, don't mess with me, I'm going to split the Yarden, I'll cut you in half? What does he mean? Says the Shela, he means both. To Eisav down here, ba'aretz, he's saying, I'm a nobody, I have nothing, I just have a stick. To the Samach Mem, he says, don't mess with me, I have spiritual power, I could split the Yamsuf. Don't start up with me. Hatzileni na miyad achi miyad Eisav. Achi b'shamayim, the Samach Mem. Eisav down here, ba'aretz. Now that he throws in something, which is a little tangent. What does it mean? V'hikani eim al banim. Why not imahos? What's the taina against Yaakov? He married two sisters. Okay. The first one he was allowed to marry. The first sister, Leah, he could marry Leah. It was Rachel that was the problem. After he married Rachel, after he married Leah, Rachel was the problem. So that's why he's worried only aim, because only one aim was the problem. The first aim wasn't a problem. Ribbon Shalom, and the Shela answers some other questions that he didn't even ask. Yaakov Avinu says, V'ata amarta, you said, Heitev eitiv imach. Good, I will surely do good to you. Why did Hashem use the double lashon? Heitev, I'll do good to you. Down here. Eitiv, I'll do good to you, b'shamayim. Why did Hashem say, V'samti zaracha k'chol hayam, asher lo yisafer meirov? Rebbeinu Shalom saying, you'll be like the sand down here. But you won't be able to be counted like the stars, b'shamayim. Okay? Let's pull out. Says the Shela. Yaakov Avinu says, V'amarta li'avdecha li'Yaakov. That means like this. You know who sent the gift? The gift b'shamayim was from li'avdecha. The gift ba'aretz was from Yaakov. Ready? The Shela still has one more trick up his sleeves. This is Gavaldik. Eisav finally meets Yaakov. Vayaratz Eisav l'krasai. Vayichabekeu, he hugged him. Vayipal al tzavarav. Vayishakehu, he kissed him. Vayivka. So Rashi, there are dots on the word Vayishakehu. Dots tell you do the opposite. One pshat is, really, you would have thought, it says he kissed him, the dots say he didn't kiss him, b'leiv shalim. Rav Shimon Bar Yochai says, look, halacha biyadua, there's a absolute law in the universe, Eisav hates Yaakov. But in this case, it's the opposite, and he kissed him b'leiv shalim. Right, and there's even a machlokes that the word Vayishakehu is Vayishchehu. Eisav opened up his mouth like Dracula, and he was going to bite him in the neck. Yeah? So the question is, what happened? Did he kiss him? Did he bite him? Well, Chazal say that on Yom Kippur, even the Samach Mem becomes our defender. He turns to God and he says, God, look at these people. They sit all day in shul with shalom, and they're wearing white, and ein by kina, ein by sachros, and they don't eat like malachim, and they don't drink like malachim, and they're at peace like malachim. So the Shela asks a very simple question. The Samach Mem is not like a free personality that he could do whatever he wants. He's pre-programmed to do bad. So what happens to him on Yom Kippur? When he became a schizophrenic, all of a sudden on Yom Kippur, he becomes the Yetzer Tov.
Bipolar.
He's bipolar, he's Meshugana. He's not a Meshuggah, he's programmed. How could he all of a sudden on Yom Kippur be in a good mood? Says the Shela, in the name of his father, that his tata said like this. Malchamavis is not bipolar. He's rotten to the core. He tells God, look at these people, they act like malachim, they never fight, there's no jealousy. Look at them today. They're so peaceful. So his point is, so what's wrong with them the rest of the year? It's not like they can't do it. Look how easy it is for them to do it. They're a bunch of Eisavs.
Even this.
The Malach HaMa, the Yetzer Hara, is telling God, yeah, look how good they are. In other words, they could only do this only once a year. They could act like a mensch. They should be able to do this all the time. The point of Malach HaMa says, don't think it's beyond their capability. They could do it. So we see the technique of the Samach Mem is that even when he wants to kiss you, he's trying to bite you. So when Chazal say that Eisav kissed him and he bit us, it's the same trick as the Malach. He did both. His kiss to us is also a bite. That's because that's the Samach Mem in Shamayim. His technique is even when he's kissing us, it's really he's trying to bite into our necks. And that's what Eisav was trying to do also. It's not a contradiction, not a stira. Eisav's neshika is the kiss of death. Because even when he wants to help us, he's only doing it to harm us. So says, let's go back to... Right. The kisses of the enemy are burdensome. So if you look back at number 9, in the Shela, in number 26, says the Shela, Hisnagdusai shall Yisrael kafel. The opposition to Yisrael is double. Eisav is Malmata. The Samach Mem is Malmala. And if you know that, Tisbaer Kol HaParsha. The whole Parsha is answered. V'yitartzu kama dikdukim. You'll be able to answer about 16 different questions. Rabbi say, Agun Shabbos.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.